Hi, I'm Jez, and I've been teaching game design for over 7 years now. I've even won some awards for the games I've made in previous years, and here are my top 3 tips to help you get started with game development. Okay, let's go with point number 1 then. So my first point is probably the most important one. It's have fun and throw yourself in to the game dev community. And what I mean by that is start looking around, interacting with people and taking inspiration from what other people have done. The Screenshot Saturday hashtag is really good for this. You can see what other people are making, the ideas that they're trialing, and maybe you might feel confident to contribute yourself when you're up and running. It's a great way to meet people. Game jams, though, are probably the most important. Game jams are little competitions, usually based around a theme, and you only have a certain amount of time to build a game based on that theme. It might be a weekend, it might be a week, it might be a month, but the time is pretty condensed, and that's the beauty of them. It really makes you think, it really tests your planning and design processes. And once you submit to the game jams, you finally make your build your entry and you submit it. That's when the fun really starts, because the community all get together, they review everybody's games and provide really important feedback. And it's this feedback that you're going to need in order to better yourself and make your next project even more awesome. So tip number 1 is have fun with game jams. So we're at the second tip. So top tip number 2 is keep going. My word, it's hard learning something new, isn't it? Anything that we do, doesn't matter if it's game development, musical instrument, anything. It's tough, it's a steep learning curve, but you have to keep going. Keep pushing, keep learning, keep bettering yourself from your previous experiences, and always finish your projects. I can't stress that enough, how important that is. Always get your projects across the finishing line. Doesn't matter how bad or how good you think it is, it's finished. And that automatically puts you in like the top tier of game developers, doesn't it? Because not many people finish a project. The amount of people I know who start a project, it gets exciting, doesn't it, starting something new? But when the real hard work kicks in, that's when it starts to fizzle out. And believe me, there is a massive percentage of games that don't make it across the finishing line. So always finish your work and keep going. Learn from your previous projects. Make that next project even better and start building. It takes time, but you'll get there. So tip number 2 is keep going. Okay, before the third and final tip, I thought it'd be a good idea to talk about what I'm working on at the minute. I am in a game jam, and this one is based on coding a game for the Game Boy. My word, this is old. I've got quite a few of these lying around, and I thought I'd test myself by making a game for this pretty archaic piece of hardware. It's going pretty well. My game is called Squirrel Falls, and it's a bit like Animal Crossing. You get to explore this village, and there's a huge squirrel population, and one of the jobs in the village is delivering packages. So you deliver these packages around the houses, getting to know the map pretty well as a result. But you soon become to realise that the packages you're delivering all form or all come together to build this massive machine that's going to eradicate and exterminate all the squirrels, because the people in Squirrel Falls don't like the squirrels. So you're becoming this cog in this extermination machine. So the second part of the game is still delivering your packages, but you've got to sabotage them so they go and hopefully your efforts don't get noticed. So your aim is to sabotage the package to prevent the machine from working properly. In the end, the villagers do get to build the machine. They fire it up, but thanks to your your intervention, the machine doesn't kill the squirrels. Instead, it mutates them into killing zombies, and the aim of the game, the final chapter of the game, is to get out of Squirrel Falls alive before you get eaten by zombie squirrels. So yeah, that's what I'm working on for the Game Boy. Should be out fairly soon. Right, on with the tips. Okay, and my third and final tip number 3, is always carry a notebook. Trust me, you never know when inspiration is going to hit, and it's a great way of getting your ideas out of your head and onto paper, because if you're anything like me and you come up with an idea, it just seems to spin round and round and round your head constantly. Having a notebook allows me to get it out of my head onto paper, so it frees up my head for something else to take its place. But yeah, here's my notebook, my old notebook, and it's got ideas, some good, some bad. Most of them never even amounted to much, but it's great that they're documented, because you never know, you might call on these ideas sometime further down the line. So yeah, my third and final tip is always keep a notebook and get all your ideas down on paper, and always carry it with you, because you never know when inspiration is going to hit. So yeah, my third and final point is notebook. So there you have my top 3 tips. I hope you found them useful. I think the theme running through everything is you've just got to make something. Just make it. It doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be highly polished, it can be really rough around the edges, but if you complete a project, you've made something, and you've made something really special, and this is when you can start learning. You start building on your previous projects, improving as you go, but also it'll open up doors and it will get you meeting people. Trust me, it's a lot of fun, but you have to start somewhere. Everybody does. So never worry about the quality of your work being poor. It's a huge step forward making your first project. So get out there, make your first game. Good luck. Drop me a line in the comments to let me know how you get on. Take care and goodbye.